Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some things that I came across that's going to be happening to the average working person. And in a roundabout way, it has to do with credit because I believe what's going to happen is that people are going to be put into a situation to where credit and credit scoring is going to play a huge part in the future. And let me tell you the reason why. Right now, it already plays a huge part, but it's going to play even a bigger part. And that's because a lot of things that are being done now are being done by artificial intelligence. In the article that I read, it said that artificial intelligence is slated to disrupt 4.5 million jobs in the African American community and 2.5 million jobs in the white community and millions more in the other communities. And when I was talking to one of my buddies that's mortgage, he works for a mortgage company, and we were talking about the underwriting process and what I was experiencing from working with other clients when they went into the underwriting process. He said that a lot of the underwriting right now, especially by the huge companies, is being done by artificial intelligence. That's where it doesn't. A person is not looking at your file. What they're doing is that they're feeding it into there, and then the computer using algorithms is doing two things or many things, but let me kind of break it down to what I believe are the important factors. The number one factor that I think that it's doing is that it's projecting out based upon your similarities to other individuals that have been approved and have been making payments, is your percentage, like they break it down into percentages of your ability to repay the loan. So, and to be clearer, let me state it again. They're using artificial intelligence, which could be a computer software algorithm, to match you up to what other people who are similar to you in your age, maybe even health conditions. And in another video, I'll tell you how they're knowing how that information is coming together. But your health conditions, your income, your overall performance of your credit in the past, and they are projecting out to say, is this person, what is the percentage of this person paying this loan back? Now, if your percentage is low, doesn't mean that they're not going to give you the loan. What that could mean is that they could put you into a batch of loans that are going to be sold. If any of you have purchased a home, you know that your mortgage can actually be sold to different companies. And that is usually done because they, with their computer algorithms, believe that that group of people may not finish paying, or they have a potential chance of, not finishing their loans. Or you remember in 2008, what happened was they were packaging up 2000 in the 2000s. They were packaging up mortgages, and they were doing the mortgages, and then they were selling them to other people, investors. And so they knew by just the way that they had wrote those loans, by the way that they didn't really do a real check to see if that person could pay the money back. All they did was basically a credit check, and some of those weren't even true credit checks. And then they would package them up. They would make their money on them by writing the loans, and then they would sell them off. Well, this is the same thing that is being done with artificial intelligence. So just because you don't qualify Maybe they're not going to hold that loan. They'll still get it to you, give it to you, and then they would sell immediately or within months sell you with another package group of people that had gotten loans from them. But the big thing on this is that it's going to artificial intelligence is slated to disrupt a lot of jobs, millions of jobs. And so what that does, I think, when things like this happen, it condenses the qualifications for people being able to get a job or being able to get promoted, and they start to look at your credit. And I've seen this over and over where they've looked at an individual, like, or there's two people that are have got to either going to get a job, or two people that are going to be promoted, and the tiebreaker was their credit reports. And you might be saying that that's not fair that they would do something like that. Well, it is being done. They are doing that to hire people. They're doing that to promote people. I have not heard that they're doing it to fire people, but I've heard that they're using credit reports to do these things, to either to break ties on promotions, or to promote, or to hire. There was one of our clients was applying to be with the Secret Service. He had to get a medical collection, not only paid but taken off his credit reports, or he would not even qualify to go into the next phase of the hiring process to be hired with the Secret Service. Yes, we got that taken care of, and yes, he's hired. He was hired by the Secret Service. Um, so I just wanted to make you aware of that, because that is something that uh, should really, if you haven't worked on your credit, if you have not done and taken the steps to get your credit cleaned up to the best of your ability so you can be able to start moving forward, because time does not stand still. It'll be 5, 10, 20 years from now very quick. So you need to take care of your credit. No matter what is on there, take care of it. And no matter what is on your reports, I'm pretty sure if you look back in my videos here on YouTube, or go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, you will see the answers on there, or if you need us to help you with it. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people, and I really appreciate the questions that people are asking here on YouTube, or they're emailing us, because that's the way, that shows that you want to take action and that you're thinking positive. And but I've ran into some people that are not thinking positive, and I'm going to give you a technique that I use, and I'll admit that I didn't use it as much as I use now, but I'm even using it more, and I want to pass this technique on to you. One of the things that you need to understand, and I talked about it in another YouTube video here, is that perception is reality. A lot of people get stuck with where they are. They look at their credit score, they look at their credit, they look at their financial situation, and they're just scared and fearful. They don't know if things are going to work out. They're just like stuck. They're like stuck. And one of the ways that is the best way, and I did this on accident in the past when I was building my businesses as a young man, in doing things and getting things done. I was actually doing what I'm going to teach you on accident, but now that I do it intentionally, it's like you're retraining your mind and your body and your senses, everything, to do more of what you want to be done, rather than having outside influences make you think that that controls your reality, because it's not true. So what I'm going to share with you, this technique, this technology, this strategy, or this is something that'll work forever, is that you need to withdraw, what I call withdraw yourself from your senses. If you're a religious person, people say fasting so you can go into deep thought, but that's just taking away one sense. That's taking away your sense of taste. and potential. Well, let's say your taste, smell, and seeing food. People love when you see food; it brings up certain feelings in your body. So, what you have to do, what we have to do, and I think that this is something that must be done on a daily basis until it becomes natural. And you'll know that it becomes natural when someone can never control your attitude, when you control yourself all the time, no matter what is done to you, no matter what is said to you, no matter what happens to you from the outside, you maintain control of yourself. And that will allow you to be able to move forward with clear mind and to make the reality happen that you want to happen. Now, it is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen instantly, especially if you're not used to having something like this happen for you. But when it does happen, you will think that it happened overnight, because you're going to be like, I was thinking for this to happen. I wanted that to happen. And all of a sudden, it happened. So let's just take, for example, your credit. You just downloaded your credit reports and you saw your scores. You saw what you're facing. And that was one of the hardest things that we've had to do for clients when they became clients, was to go through their reports and let them know exactly what they're facing. A lot of people think they know what they're facing when they're dealing with their credit reports, and they think they know, but it's really based a lot of times either where they're like, I don't really want to know, because I think it could be even worse than what I'm describing to you. So if you don't have your credit reports, there's a link below this video, your www.your3scores.com. Grab your credit reports, look at your scores, so you can do this exercise I'm about to do with you right now. Because so you got your credit reports, you're looking at your credit reports, you know where you're at, you're looking at it. First thing that usually comes up with a person's like, I look at all of this stuff, it's just not going to work. I'm never going to have good credit. Or maybe even they feel like, okay, I'm ready to try to accomplish this and get this stuff done. But what happens is subconsciously, it's going to counteract what you try to do consciously. I'll use this analogy. When a person wants to lose weight, they'll go on a diet, and then all of a sudden, slowly they'll come off the diet unless they change from the inside. You're not going to lose weight. No matter what you do, you can lose weight for a little bit, or you can drop weight for a little bit, but if you don't change your habits or you change from the inside, everything on the inside, it's not going to happen for long on the outside. It's the inside reflects the outside. So what you have to do, because you've been so used to doing things, your body is actually telling you how to feel when you look at your credit scores and your reports. It's doing a few things. A few things are hitting you. Everything that you've been fed from the outside, just like this report that I let you know about with the artificial intelligence, things like that is hitting you from the outside. This is information. We're always going to get information, but we should not internalize information. We should say, okay, that's information, but you are still in control. Remember when I just said, this will allow, no matter what someone says, no matter what someone does to you, you will maintain control. This is what I practice every day for myself. So you have to withdraw yourself. You can go into a quiet place, or if you're like me, you could just do this on the fly, where you just take yourself away from the senses, away from seeing. When I say seeing, that means that you don't actually, you could look around. It's like daydreaming, where you can see things, but you don't see things. And we all do it. It's like you're daydreaming. You can have your eyes open and not really see what you're looking at, because your thoughts are somewhere else. So what you have to do is you have to take your Mind off of seeing. Put yourself maybe in a daydreaming type state. Close your eyes. You could do that. From feeling. Withdraw from feeling. When I think about withdrawing from feeling, is that external feeling. You're going to be either sitting down or touching something, so that's you're going to automatically feel that. What I believe is the feeling of what outside, either you have pressure or you don't feel too well or something is going on. You withdraw yourself from that feeling regardless. You withdraw yourself from that feeling. The next thing is smell, which could potentially be very hard to do. But again, when it comes to smell, in a way, you put yourself in like a daydreaming phase where you're not really paying attention to the smells in the room. Hearing, same thing. We've all done this before, where people say, well, didn't you hear what I was telling you? And you're like, oh, I didn't hear you. So you put yourself in like a daydreaming type phase to where you're not paying attention to any particular noises that you would hear regularly. Next thing is taste. Well, obviously you're not going to be eating anything, so that'll be one of the easiest ones, but even with that, you have to withdraw from that. Now, when you do that, what you tell yourself at that point, and you're doing this by just thinking, is that you are in control. And we'll just start with that you control everything. You are in control. And then you start to picture what you want to happen. So if you have a low credit score, you need to picture yourself with a high credit score, and you need to picture what you want that score to be. So if it's 725, 850, 800, 795, 792, whatever it is, show yourself that picture. The next thing is the items that are on your report, the negative information, you need to visualize that information is not there, that information has been resolved. You have to do that, and you have to do that without allowing the outside feelings to boil up. See, when you do this, like, you might be thinking right now, I don't allow things to affect me on the outside. But when you do that, you're going to have a clash. You're going to have a clash with your body, because right now, everything you've probably been doing in life, you allow your body to rule over your mind. Yeah, there's certain things that your mind rules over, but your body probably takes most of the control. Even with me, a person that practices this stuff every day, the body jumps up. The only difference between where I'm at and probably where you're at is that I know that is an external, that is the body with the habits of the body trying to take over and do what was potentially or what was a habit from before. And that I have to override that with thinking and not allowing those feelings to affect me to move forward, to stop me from moving forward. Because perception is reality. Reality only exists the way that we see it because we are used to seeing it a certain way. This is how you'll be able to change it. So you put that picture in your mind of where you want to be with your credit scores. Get the numbers. Visualize that. Visualize the report being fixed, being clean, being you have good credit information on there. You're moving forward. What would you do once this happened? Get that picture and run that in your mind. And then you need to do this, you need to do this every morning, and you need to do this when you go to bed at night. Run that through your mind. You might, let me take a drink here. You might be thinking, well, why would I do something like that? That's feeding your perception. We eat every day to feed our bodies. Some of us read every day. You go to work every day. You watch TV every day. You go on the internet every day. So why not feed your body perception every day? Perception becomes your reality. You are no less than anyone. You are no smarter than anyone. The only difference is that you have to you have to give yourself a chance to be the best that you can be. So don't grade yourself on what I've done for myself or what someone else has done. Put yourself in the position to do the best that you can do. And the way to start it moving towards that is to build on your perception so you can get the reality that you always wanted. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you because I believe that these are the things that people are missing. There's videos out there, and everybody's looking for quick fixes. Everybody is looking at information and doing things, and they're like, I'm doing what you said to do, or I'm doing what other people said to do. I'm working with companies. I'm doing all these things, but something seems to be different about my situation than what other people are going through. Why am I not getting the result? And that's because your perception of what you always went through has not changed. Think about something that has changed in your life for the better, and go back to think about how you were thinking at that time and how you changed your thinking. Even if it was little incremental changes, look at how you changed your thinking. And now, how, if you look back, how quick the change would have happened if you would have had just flipped over and believed in that change. The only way that you're going to believe in that change faster is to change your perception, because if you wait for external things to happen, it's not going to work, because you're not going to have a real belief. You're not going to have a picture. All right, I really enjoyed it. If you have not, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here. I really appreciate it. Post your comments. I answer all of my questions in there. And then if you need help with your credit, you can go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com. The link is posted below. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the number 3 scores.com. Thank you and have a great day.